Y'all remember this song? Good morning. How's everybody doing? Little Dionne Warwick for you this morning. Please stand if you know the words. Please sing along, or you can sit, whatever makes you feel comfortable. As soon as the computer works.
Good morning. It is my pleasure today to welcome back our guest speaker, Reverend Linda McLeod. Now, Linda was here a couple years ago, and I'm so excited to have her back again. You'll love her. Reverend Linda's motto is, "Here I am, Lord, use me." And he has. She's been involved in church and community her entire life. Her service as CEO and founding minister for Unity on the Path Retreat Ministry was created to help others learn and live a spiritual, holistic life. Linda has a Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering from Tuskegee University and worked for Honeywell Incorporated for 35 years before retiring. She was co-founder of Youth Utilizing Concepts in Science, a summer program introducing middle students to math, science, and engineering. She's a graduate of Unity Urban Ministerial School and ordination in 2018 was just the beginning of her active service in the Interfaith Tampa Bay Suncoast Unity Ministers Association. And, got through that one. And the People of African Descent on the New Thought Group. She serves as leadership, recruitment, and development team for UWM. One busy lady. We welcome you back.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm your prayer chaplain for today. My name is Stella. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, where everyone is welcome, no matter where you are on your journey. Unity is transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in the world. We are happy that you're here. Unity believes that we have powers within us in certain actions. This month, the power is order. Calling on the power of divine order inspires me to go with the flow, demonstrating harmony and balance in my life. Let's all repeat that together. Demonstrating harmony and balance in my life. God bless you. This little book is the Daily Word, and it's a publication that's put out by Unity. This is how I begin my day every day. It's a great size, fits on the back of your toilet tank, just saying. It includes every day a very short one-page selection with a commentary on a particular word. If you're interested, you can buy a copy in the bookstore. They have it in large print too, I know because I have it. But if you'd prefer to carry it in your pocket, there's a Daily Word app, Be Unity, and that's also available. Today's Daily Word is healing. Divine life as me, I am whole and well. Let's repeat that together. Divine life lives as me, I am whole and well. When I am experiencing healing need, I focus my thoughts beyond illness and discomfort, even as I seek treatment for the injury or illness. I see myself whole. I remember that I am created in the image, according to the likeness of God, and I know my life is God's life, living as me. Divine life fills every cell, strengthens every muscle, bone, and organ, and quickens every nerve in my body. It restores perfect order in all my body's functions, releasing and replacing anything unlike itself. When someone asks me to pray with them, I do not ask about the symptoms or the circumstances. I affirm the healing activity of divine life and each one with whom I pray. I see them as the spiritual beings that they are, whole and well. And from John 1:4, in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. Our favorite place is the prayer box. In the back of the room, you'll see on the counter, there's a wooden box. And if you have a special intention, we invite you to write that information on a slip of paper and we'll deposit it in the prayer box. When you request a prayer, we suggest that you ask for what you want more of, not what you don't want. The Unity movement was founded on the mighty power of affirmative, positive prayer. Following the service today, I will collect the prayer slips from the box, and I'll share those requests with my fellow prayer chaplains, those of us that wear the purple stoles. The prayers are then sent to Silent Unity, where they will remain in prayer for an additional 30 days. If you would like individual prayer following our service today, there will be a prayer chaplain up front wearing a purple stole. Just approach them and they will pray with you. We will serve you in a sacred and confidential manner.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. My words are prayers, and I am always praying. My words are prayers. I'm careful what I'm saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. My every word becomes a prayer.
Hello. If you were here Friday night, we had a fantastic night. The chili feed and was super, super good. Lots of good chili. So we raised over $1,100. So fantastic. Okay, I'm looking to see if our winner is out there. Kathy Moxley, are you here? She's not here. She was our chili winner, and her name will now go on the plaque. Yay, thank you, Kathy. It was good. Now, sign-ups are still going on in the narthex for the spirit group sessions. They're going to begin the first week in October. So you can see the different times and locations in the narthex and sign up for whatever fits in your schedule. The Spirit Group Outreach Program that we've had going for the past few weeks, we've collected for the Spirit Group for contributions, and that is today's last day. So thank you to the Spirit Group for putting that on. And I'm excited that all of the stuff that we were able to accomplish for them. There is a quantum living class. Have you taken the Q process before? Yay. It's very worthwhile. They're now going to be doing it beginning October 5th online, on Zoom. So much easier. You can go in your pajamas and whatever. Lisa McCarthy is a certified quantum living coach. And the sign-ups then are in the narthex, so you can get an email. You can email Lisa, let her know you're interested, and her, I think her email and information is on the flyer. So if you want to be a part of that, I highly recommend it. All right, get your calendars out. October 28th, that's the Halloween event. Tickets are going to begin on sale. Oh. Yay! Seating is limited, so get your ticket early. Sounds like a fun night. Okay, November 4th is the next one. It's Sacred Service Workshop, and I know the sign-up is started out in the narthex. It's Saturday, November 4th from 8:30 to 12:30, and there'll be two parts. Part 1, author Tom Abo, one of our members here, will present 3 different acronyms from his book, How to Make a Powerful, Positive Impact, using interactive tools to facilitate his message. Then part 2 will be presented by Reverend Monica, and it'll present opportunities for various USC ministries to update the Sacred Service job descriptions and align with the integrity ministry practice. So there's sign-ups now started out in the narthex also. And it's free and open to all who want to learn about various sacred services, such as being an announcer, in the ushers. There's so many different opportunities. We ask you to come get and check them all out. Then the next one, Holly's gonna talk about.
I have an announcement for the ladies in the audience. Yay, ladies. But men, you can listen in, but it won't be of much interest to you. This is a save the date announcement, and it's very crucial. It's Ladies Potluck Luncheon, and we haven't done that in a couple of years. So here are the details. Saturday, December the 2nd, from 11 till 2:30 is when this is going to take place. It's only $5 a person, so it's almost free. However, we'll be raising funds to continue paying off our upgrade to our sound system. Tickets will go on sale October 22nd, but details will follow at that time. But right now, I'd like you to put in your calendar December the 2nd, because it's going to fill up and we will only have room for probably about 80 people. So we can make that happen. If you happen to have any unused gift cards collecting dust somewhere around your house, the ladies' luncheon group would love to have them, but we'd like to use them for a donation, or actually we're going to have raffles, so we'll use gift cards for that. Or if you'd like to purchase a gift card and donate it to our group for that Saturday, that would be welcomed also. You can see me after the service today or any time if you have a question or want more information about that. Thanks so much.
So let's move into our heart centers. And if you have a hard time locating your heart center, just put your hands over your heart and take a moment and feel your heartbeat. Connecting to that power of good that lives in us, as us, through us. And just being present to this moment. Letting go of all that stuff out there, the traffic, the news, whatever's happening with the family. And just focus in on your breath. And just notice your chest rising and falling. Just being in this moment. Right here, right now. And as you're coming into this consciousness of awareness that I'm not alone, there is a power in me that lives in me, that supports me, and only wants the best for me. And we start to allow ourselves to just be present, however you are in this moment, allowing that to be okay. And just do a body scan, just starting at your feet and just moving up through your body. Just becoming consciously aware of the body. If there's a tension or stress, just say relax. And just say relax. And then go all the way up through the body. All the way to the top of your head. And just say, thank you, God, I have a body. I can feel my body. And I can let go of anything that no longer serves my highest and best good. I can release that doubt. I can release that might not happen, or it might happen. And just say, for my highest and best good. And if there's any fear, just let it be. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to argue with it. Just let it be. Allowing that awareness of that God consciousness or universal consciousness to be the presence, to be in this moment, to push back, not resist, but just be conscious of it. And I think the more I know that the more you focus on that good, the possibilities, the more healing, the more wholeness will show up. So just take a moment and just be conscious. Allow yourself to see your thoughts, to see them as clouds drifting by. Just take a moment and just, I do have thoughts, but I don't have to engage with them. I can just let them be. Just like fear, anxiety, all those things, just let them be. They're going to move through. And then breathe in the breath, the goodness, the good. Affirming, I am whole, perfect, and completed. There's nothing missing from me that I need in this moment. There's nothing I need in this moment that I don't already have. I have all my needs met in this moment. Allowing that energy of love. And if you have a hard time feeling love and thinking love, think of something that when you feel it, it brings a smile to your face. Allowing that to just take over the body, that energy of love. For me, I always go back to the birth of my daughter, that when they laid her on my stomach, the smile that was on her face, like, world, here I am. That moment when you knew that love was possible. And everything else drifted into the background, that moment of consciousness. Allow that energy to fill your whole body cavity. And then let that energy leave your body, merging with that love energy in this room. Allowing that energy to just move out of this space, out into the universe. Then feel that energy of love from the universe filling this temple, this holy place, back into your holy place. And breathe into that. And so it is.
can feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I'm falling short. And when I don't belong, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say to me. Oh, I believe. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Now I know I'm more than just the sum of every high and low. It reminds me once again just who I am, and now I know. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am held when I'm falling short. You say I am yours. You say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say to me. I believe.
Wow, what do y'all think? Beautiful, thank you. The title, it says in the bulletin, Fear to Faith. I'm going to change it to Prayer to Faith, because fear is already there. It's always there. Always there. I mean, the media, the world makes their money on fear. Why do you buy insurance? It might happen, you know? We have this idea, I have this idea that fear is real, because that's how I grew up. I grew up with the boogeyman under the bed. How many grew up with the boogeyman? Somehow that boogeyman was going to get me. I tell a story. I was in college, and one of my neighbors, they had 5 sons and a daughter, and they had twins that were the same age as I was, and we were in college, the older brother, son, and then 2 my age, we were all in college together. And there was a car accident, and I had to tell these young men that they needed to go home. And so I was not supposed to tell them what happened, but I was supposed to tell them that they needed to go home right away, that we all needed to get in the car and go home. And I was like, I can't do that. So I went and I told them that we needed to go home. And the brothers, of course, like, why do we need to go home? None, we're not leaving here until you tell us what happened. I say, there was an accident, and your brother didn't make it. And I carried that, that I told them. And so for years, their brother used to chase me. I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm running. And I look back, and it would be, his name was Lonnie, would be chasing me. So somebody said, well, stop and face the monster. I was like, I don't know what he's going to do. And so finally, years, I stopped and I said, "What do you want?" He said, "I want to thank you for telling my brothers because I knew how hard that was for you." You know, when we face the monster, it diminishes because we face the fear. So moving past that to the fear, what happens when we get in a lot of fear? I start praying, God, fix this, God, do something, God, God, God. So how do I move from that fear to the prayer to faith? There's a process that we can use, I use. I'm learning that I'm not talking at you, I'm talking to me, and you just get to be part of the conversation. Have you heard that when the mouth is moving, you're talking to you? So next time somebody's talking at you, just go, "Yeah, right." So I love that you guys recognize the powers. I grew up as a Sunday school teacher in Unity. See, I grew up in Unity as a Sunday school teacher. It's real. Because if you're teaching, you got to learn, because the kids will challenge you. So you got to have some answers together. So the power for the month is order. And we call it divine order, which is prayer. Divine order, my definition is prayer. When we're in divine order, the universe tends to flow towards our highest and best good. And so the affirmation that we created at my church was, I release discord, chaotic thoughts, and actions from my mind and my world. And the affirmation is, I align with divine order, and I am restored to wholeness, perfect health, and my life overflows with good. When I align with divine order, my life is restored to wholeness. I'm more able to deal with life because that we're in the flow. So what about prayer? Charles Fillmore says, true prayer brings about an extended radiation of energy, and when it is accomplished by faith, judgment, love, the word of truth bursts forth in a stream of light. When held in mind, illuminates, uplifts, and glorifies. That's a lot. Y'all know Charles, right? Charles Fillmore was the intellectual, But this one I really love. Prayer is the most accelerated mind action known. It steps up mental action until man's consciousness is synchronized with Christ's mind. That when we are praying, prayer doesn't change the circumstances. Prayer does what? It changes us. And so when we're in that mind and we're praying, the energy in the universe changes and shifts in alignment with what we're praying for. That's when I learned in Unity, I had to start praying for what I want versus what I don't want. Because the universe is going to align with what I don't want if I'm praying for what I don't want. So it's my energy is to pray for what I want, because the universe is going to align with that. And here are some prayer examples that I picked out that I thought were pretty powerful. And it's the ones you probably know too. I'm a Bible thumper, by the way. The prayer of Jabez. Jabez was, this prayer, everybody prays this prayer nowadays, Jabez's name means pain. And he woke up one day and he realized that his name means pain. And so he said to God, I don't want to create pain in the universe. Help me get rid of that energy of pain in my consciousness so that I can be free to live and be available for other people. When he said, enlarge my territory, bless me, enlarge my territory, and let your hand be with me and keep me from harm. Jabez wasn't saying, okay, God, fix me. He was saying, God, help me be in alignment with the truth that I can create peace and joy in the universe and not pain. Even though my name means pain, I don't want to create pain in the universe. I want peace and harmony. Let me move past this limited view I have to a broader view. Another one was, y'all know about David? David prayed a lot. I always label, I said, guys, ladies and gentlemen, if God loved David, God can love anybody. You know, David was one of those people that he did everything. You know, people said, well, you know, he killed Goliath, but he had an energy of misconduct. You know, he slept with, well, we won't talk about that. Well, that was the one before Bathsheba. Y'all know about that, right? Yeah, that story's in there too. But David had gotten to a point that he had did so many things wrong that he had no peace and no joy anymore. And so he went and he said, I can't, God, something's wrong. You know, he had Bathsheba's husband killed, and he thought that the daughter, the son that he was going to have, and the son died. And David was devastated. I done did all this wrong stuff, and nothing's working out. So he went to God, and he said, be gracious to me, God, according to your faithfulness, not according to what I've done and how I've done it, but according to your will. I'm praying not for me, but that your will be done through me. That according to your great compassion, wipe out my wrongdoings. Wash me from the guilt and cleanse me from my sins. And we know in sin, self-induced nonsense. No? Sin, self-induced nonsense. Self-induced nonsense. You know, we create that stuff. So David, in this space of getting to a place where he was ready to change, he said, not because I've been good, God, but because of your goodness, change me. David was supposed to build the temple. He didn't get to build the temple, right? His son, Solomon, built the temple, restored the temple. But it was because he got to a spot in his life where he was willing to start to live in alignment with God's truth. Not in alignment with his truth, but in alignment with God's truth. The well of Bethesda, excuse me, I always say it wrong. The well of Bethesda. The man had been sick, and he was saying, I can't do nothing, I give up. So Jesus showed up, and this is one of my favorite scriptures too. And he said, do you wanna? And he said, but I've been in this situation for 38 years. Nobody will help me. I can't do nothing. And Jesus said, what? Do you wanna? Have you ever been in a situation where things were just not wanting, and you heard that voice say, do you wanna? My mom used to say to us all the time, she said, you can do anything you wanna do if you wanna do it. I was like, what? You can do anything you want to do if you want to do it. And I was one of those kids who wanted to do a lot of things. So that idea of when you're praying, are you willing to do the work that comes along with it? When you're praying, and the biggest question is, do you want to be made whole? Do you want to be restored to your wholeness? Do you want to recognize that that goodness is in you and it's not out there somewhere? It's not in the things that you acquire, but it's in that consciousness of your soul and how you're developing. Your soul is already developed. Your soul is 100% perfect. We are remembering that wholeness. We are remembering who we are because we came onto this planet fully knowing who we were. And life slowly sucked that from us. I don't know about y'all, but for me, because I woke up one day totally devastated. And I have been recovering my consciousness and awareness of that goodness in my soul. So I want to be made whole. So when I'm going through these things and I'm praying for something, the question I ask, is this really what I want? Perfect example. See this body? I've been praying for since I was probably 12. I want to be a Barbie. This is never going to be a Barbie. So Sunday, I had an awareness. I don't want to lose weight. I don't want to be a Barbie. I want to be healthy. And I am healthy. So I've worked on being healthy. And so when my numbers came in May or whatever it was, I was healthy. I laugh because my doctor and I, we have these conversations. I don't do medication. And he says, Linda, there's this little thing that's out, just a hairline, but I know you're not going to do anything about it. He says, so you are healthy. Have a good life. I'll see you in 6 months. Thanks. And then the other prayer that we know that was a real prayer. Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. You know, he had to make a conscious decision that he would, I don't know if the story is true or not. This is what the Bible talks about, okay? That he had to make a conscious decision to go forth and do that which he had been called to do, right? He prayed and he was sweating blood because he didn't want to do what he knew he had been called to do. And I don't say do, I say be. But he was there and he was saying, God, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. Take this cup from me. I can't go through this. This is where he was praying to have to turn himself into the Romans and be crucified. He didn't know what the end result was going to be. He had a little bit of, God has promised, but that's where we have to, that's where faith comes in. That's when we move from that idea of possibility to the true trust, and then a power of good in us will make us what we're supposed to be. Am I willing to trust and have faith and believe without seeing the end results that it's going to be okay? Can I walk through this situation that seems like the most devastating thing in my life and trust that at the end of the day, I'm going to be okay? So when I'm praying, I'm not praying asking God to fix it. I'm asking God to give me what? The strength and the ability to go through what I'm going through, that on the other side, I'll be okay. Can I get to the other side? Can I get to the other side? So it's like, when are you praying? What are you praying for? Are you praying for God to fix it? Because for every situation in your life, there is a healing, a lesson, and a blessing. It's not and or. It is. That every situation you go through is for a healing, a blessing, and a lesson. You go, well, if you look at every situation in your life that you come through, what happened? Something came up that caused you to want to do something different. And you went through this process. At the other side of it, you had learned something. And the blessing might have simply been, I got through it. The healing is that something within you changed. You now have a greater faith, a greater understanding of what it is that's happening to you. You know, things have happened to me in my life, and I don't know why they happen. Still don't know why they happen. But I can look at what I got from it. The energy, the shift, and the change in my consciousness. I'm going through another shift. Sure, if y'all got a minute. I'm a leader, but I tend to lead from the background or the foreground. The universe is saying, Lynn, I want you out front now. No way, God. There's much better people that can do the front work. And the universe is saying, no, Linda, no, you've got to do it. And so my prayer isn't, God, I did, Jesus, take this cup from me, but if it be thy will. God, if this is your will for me, I'm willing to step into it. So I've had my opportunity. I'm president of 2 organizations out front, and we had our first board retreat, And I thought they were going to hate me at the end because I spent an hour and a half on personal development. And people said, well, why do you do that? Because when people get to know each other, they don't fight as much when it's time for the politics. So we went through this hour and a half of learning about who we were, where we came from, what our religious background was. It took us an hour and a half of learning about each other. We did the business in 45 minutes. Yeah, you know. We did the business in 45 minutes. We were out of there, had lunch, and didn't have to talk business during lunch. But that was me stepping into that positionality instead of the fear. Praying, thy will be done, not my will be done. Where do you pray? Where? Everywhere, right? Our thoughts are prayers. But when we get in that place and we really need to pray, we go into the Bible calls it the closet, right? Go into the closet, shut the door. And what that means is go into your inner consciousness, shut out all the noise, really get in touch with what you want or what you think you want, what you think the universe wants for you, and then buy into that. Close the doors. Stop all the noise. Stop what you think they want, but really seek inside, what do you want? How do you pray? This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask according to God's will, God hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask for, we know that he will give it to us, that God will give it to us. When you get to a place and you truly are ready, the universe knows it. You might have to go through some trials and tribulations. In Unity, we call it chemicalization. Because as that life is like putting that old, new wine in old wineskin, you got to shift the old to the new. My example of, it was 7 miles that the Israelites had to go from Egypt to the promised land. 7 miles. It took them 40 years to cross over to the promised land. Why? That old generation had to die out. You can't move into a new awareness with your old consciousness. You got to let it go. The awareness is move into a different place with a different consciousness. The planet is going through an evolution. This planet is going through an evolution. We just went through COVID. We went through some political ups and downs. We're having a struggle with people being people. We get to be a part of that shift and change. We're part of that 40-year generation of the shift and changes. We can let go of the fear that the world is going to end and the whatever. We will adapt. We're talking about the climate change. Our bodies will adapt, or we'll make suits that allow us to be in whatever temperature the planet is going to be in. We get to declare that we're going to move into this new consciousness with a faith and a trust and being and doing what we've been called to be and do. That's what we're being called to. That's when we pray and we ask God to show us, guide us, and direct us into what we need to do. And we can move from fear to prayer to faith. We can find that space where we can trust, that no matter what is happening, I'm learning something, I'm growing, I'm developing, I'm acquiring new skills to be able to do what I'm being called to do and be in this consciousness. It's change is coming. We can be the forefront of those changes. We can be the impetus. So when people are in fear, we in Unity can say, what? Trust in the Lord. Trust in your own consciousness. There is a power in you greater than you that lives in you, through you, as you. I'm not separate from that power. We're individualized expressions of the divine. The water example, right? You take the water out of the ocean, it still has those same exact characteristics. So each one of us have God in us. All that God is, we are. We get to be that and live into it. So this week, Spend some time in prayer. Spend some time searching, or not. But if you choose to, just spend some time searching within your own soul. What is it I'm here to do? And stop. Erase. What am I here to be? I'm here to be a loving human being, gentle, kind, accepting. I am a loving, kind, generous person. That's what I want to be. Next, how are you going to be that on the planet? How am I going to be that? And if you don't know, say, God, show me. Show me how I can be that and where I'm going to be that at. And as you do that, divine order, the alignment of the universe will come together to allow that to occur in your life. And so it is.
Time for our offertory. If you are here for the first time, know that you are our guest and we welcome you. And as a guest to our home, we ask you do not need to put anything in the offertory. Just your presence is our gift, and thank you. Now, if you'll join me in the offertory prayer. Divine love as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart. I hold
Tu
you
sei il
in
volto
my
dell'amore.
heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the
And now, if you would say the offertory blessing with me again, this time using the pronouns us and we. Divine love as us blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. And we are grateful. Amen. And now we have a board offering, or excuse me, a board update. Joan, did you want the mic there? Okay.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm just going to give an update on our last board meeting, and I'm going to start with our maintenance. And our fountain has been fixed. It's now operational. And if you may have And you may have noticed the bushes have been trimmed and the flower beds weeded. Thank you, Fran. And Fran will schedule the dome to be cleaned shortly, so we'll have a nice, clean church. The next big project, I think we've mentioned this so far, is that we will be doing the flooring in the community room. And thanks to Fran and Mary, we found a beautiful flooring. I believe it's porcelain. And we found a company to install it. When the board is all together, some of us have been away on vacation, we'll decide when it's going to be done. We're hoping for November, but we'll see. Financials, we have dipped into the red for the year and are using our savings to meet our operational expenses just currently. And another note, the remainder to be paid for our sound system, and I've subtracted the amount that we made on the chili cook-off, is now we owe $1,500. So, yeah, whoa. Fantastic. So thank you, everybody, for your participation. And we're coming up in the fall again, so the nominating committee will be meeting shortly. If you have any thoughts of running for the board or any questions about it, please see somebody on the board. If the board members would stand, just to who's here today. Okay. Okay, thank you. And you're also welcome to come to a board meeting. We meet Wednesdays, the third Wednesday of the month at 9:30 here at the church, and all are welcome. The last thing is the board came up with an intention or prayer that we're going to add to our meeting at the end of the meeting. And the prayer intention is, our intention for the Board of Trustees of Unity Spiritual Center is that the board knows that God will provide future board members and financial abundance. The board works in harmony for the good of the church, and we are grateful. Thank you, everybody.
Hi. If you are new here, this is your first time with us, would you mind raising your hand? We have a special blessing for you. I see several people over here. Will you please join me in the blessing? We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you. And we ask you to join us after the service in the fellowship hall. We've got coffee and goodies, and we'd love to get to know you. Thank you. And Donna, well.
Oh, that looks so nice.